Here we go. Speaking about time management, Ephesians chapter 5, verse 16. The King James says, redeeming the time because the days are evil. Say, redeeming the time.
Redeeming the time.
The Weymouth says, buy up your opportunities, for these are evil times. God tells every Christian to redeem the time. That is a huge word. You know, God redeemed us. He said, God redeemed me.
God redeemed me.
God redeems sinners, and He tells us, once we are saved, once we are redeemed, to go and redeem time. God redeems us, we redeem time. Say that with me. God redeems me.
God redeems me.
I redeem the time.
I redeem the time.
What does redeem mean? Well, one of the definitions of redeem is to save from loss. To save from loss. People are lost, and it takes effort to find the loss. In the same way, time can be lost, and it takes effort to find time. Doesn't it take effort? Doesn't it take effort to come to church? Yeah? To find the time to put God first. To redeem means to not let something go to waste. When God says redeem the time, He's saying don't let it go to waste. If you're sad and unhappy, if you're despondent or offended today, you're letting today go to waste. You really are. Because today could be a much better day for you. He says don't waste your day. Don't go around life unhappy and sad and down and offended and insulted by something or somebody else. Don't waste your precious days. To redeem means to buy back. It was especially meant to buy a slave back to set him free. To buy a slave with the purpose of setting him free. To redeem in the dictionary means to recover the ownership of. Just like Satan stole people, Jesus came to redeem that which Satan has stolen. In the same way, Satan can steal our time. And God tells you and me, try to redeem. Try to take the ownership, try to recover the ownership of time. Don't just give it to Satan. Now, how do people get lost? By simply doing nothing. If they simply do nothing, they live their life, they die, they will just go to hell. In the same way, time can be lost by simply doing nothing. By simply saying, well, I'm just going to live the same way as before I came to church. I'm going to live the same way after I leave this church service. By simply doing nothing, time will be lost. And what a tragedy that is. How much time do we have? If you want to know how precious something is, then you want to count how much of it there is. In Psalm 90, verse 12, this is actually a psalm that Moses wrote, not David. Moses said, so teach us to number our days that we may gain a heart of wisdom. The New Living says, teach us to realize the brevity of life so that we may grow in wisdom. If we are not cognizant of how short life is, God says that is unwise. God says that is foolish. To live as if our days will go on forever and ever. To live as if we'll never die. You know, people will come and sell us insurance, and they'll tell us, you know, you have to prepare because an accident might happen. Right? And what happens if you die? What are they doing? They're trying to bring, actually, wisdom into our lives. Because most people are uncomfortable to think about that. Most people don't like to think that one day their life will end. Their body will simply give out, and they will not go on forever and ever. It's an uncomfortable thing. But from time to time, wisdom comes into our life and we think about it. And usually when we think about it, and we get something like life insurance, or we prepare for our days when we'll go, like we write a will, that is called wisdom.